Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marudatulyavegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayotamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Namah Pranavarthaya Suddha-jnanaika-murtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah Satchitananda-rupaya Vishwotpattyadi-hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha Nilambujasyamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Rekuvam Sanatham Janmatyasya yatonvayadi daradachatesha vitnyaswarat Tene brahmavardaya adigavaye Muhyandi yatsuraya Tejo varimrdam yatha vinimayo Yatrati sargo mrisha Dhamna svena sadadirastakuhakam Satyam param dhimahi Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudirayeda. So last class, anybody remember? It's a long gap. We left you with Vidurji looking for Maitreya Rishi. Finally, he found him near Haridwar. After having seen him, what happened? We have to see from today. So it is Skanda, third Skanda, chapter 5. Sri Sukha Uvacha Dvaritdyunatya Rishabha Kurunam Maitreya Masena Magadabodham Kshattopasritya Achyudabhavashuddha Papracha Shaushilya Gunabhitripta. Beautiful verses. Achyuta Bhava Shuddha Rishabha, Kurunam Rishabha. So these are the Visheshana given for Vidurji. Vidurji is the best among Kuru family. Kurunam Rishabha. Then Achyuta Bhava Shuddha, whose mind attained great purity by devotion to Krishna. So all these are to be noted. In order to gain purity of mind, we have to develop bhakti towards Bhagavan Krishna. That he Maitreya Masina Magathabodham. He saw Maitreya Rishi seated peacefully. Agathabodham, whose knowledge is depthless. Agathabodham. Where did he see? Dwari Junatya. So, Dwari means Haridwar. It is called Hardwar or Haridwar. Gateway to Hari's place. That is Badrikashram, Badrinath, or Hardwar. Or it will go to, what is that? Kedar. Kedar is Lord Shiva's place. So it is the Dwara for both. Then Dunadya, where our Devanadi Ganga and Alakananda both join together. That place is called the Haridwar. Prapapracha Shaushilya Gunabhipuktava. So that the Vidurji, who attained purity of mind due to devotion towards Bhagavan, he approached the Maitreya Rishi, whose knowledge is depthless. Maitreya Masinam Agatha Bodham. Vidurji said, now, these are the questions. He asked 100 questions, okay? And out of that, Maitreya Rishi answered 60%. And 60% question when he answered, Vidurji said, now I understood what is the truth. That is enough. He got up and went. That doesn't mean Bhagavatam will not answer the rest of the 40 questions. Bhagavatam answers the rest of the 40 verses also in different form. So now Vidurji is starting his question. Sukhaya karmani karoti lokaha natei sukham vanyatu parapam vam vindeda bhuyastataeva dukkham yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadennaha. Bhagavan vadennaha. May the Lord tell us. Why? What did he say? In this world, we find that people do various action. For what? Sukhaya karmani. We do action to get happiness. But loko na taihe sukham va anyat uparamam va. But whatever I do not get happiness. Unhappiness only we get. That's why there is Atmavasham Sukham Paravasham Dukkham, it is said. Vindeda Bhuyat Tatadeva Dukkham. So even though we work hard for Sukham, what is our lot? Our lot is not Sukham. It is dukkham. Oh Lord, please tell me why it is so. This is the first question. Janasya krishnat vimukasya devat adharmashilasya sudukhidasya anugrahayeha charanti dunam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. Now Vidurji is a learned person. Therefore, he asks question and the answer also he gives as though. That is the beauty here. He says the reason is those people, they are indifferent to the worship of Lord Krishna. Krishnat vimukasya janasya. Those people who are indifferent to the worship of Bhagavan Krishna, they go away from Bhagavan. Deva adharmashilasya sudukhidasya. Adharmashilasya means people who are habituated in doing evil deeds. Those people's fate is what? Misery only. Sudukhidasya anugrahayeha charanti nunam. And it is for giving relief to such person in misery that great devotees of the Lord like you move about in this world. You roam about in this world for the good of people. Continuing. Tat sadhu varyati savarnvatma shamnaha samrathito bhagavan yena pumsam hridistito yachati bhakti pute jnanam satattvatigamam puranam. O holiest of holy ones, tell us about that noble path by which those who worship the Lord and have their hearts purified by devotion get enlightened and knowledge of the eternal truth, inspired by the Lord who resides within them. So even the mokshecha, that desire for moksha also as result of blessing from Bhagavan. So that is also we should know. So if you have that particular thought, that is a blessing from Bhagavan. Please understand that. Karoti karmani kritavatara yanyatmatantro Bhagavan stratisha yatha sasajjagra idam niriha samstapya vrittim jagato vitatte. Now he's asking, tell us how that Bhagavan, who is ever free and is the controller of even Maya, assumed form as incarnations, how he, who is without any desire, created this world, and how he brought about settled condition in it, which means of livelihood for everyone. So how did he create the world? How is he maintaining it? How is he giving food and shelter to everyone? Yatha punasvekha idam niveshya shete guhayam sa nivritta vrittihi yogyeshwaradishwara eka etat anapravishto bahudha yathasit. describe to us how he, the one existence whose blessing even the greatest seekers, sages seek, how did he enter into the created world and assumes diverse form, and afterwards, at the time of dissolution, withdraws everything into the sky of his heart and remains without any modification. Kridan vidatte jagosuranam kshemaya karmanyavatar bhedraih manona tripyatyabhi srinvatam naha sushlokamaulehe charitamrutani. Tell us about his avatar Leela, various incarnations for the welfare of the world. What are the sportive action that he enacted? And Maitreyi must have looked at Vidurji. Vidurji, you know it. Why are you asking all these things? He says, Manona tripyatya vishrunnutam naha. Our mind is never satiated by hearing about the leelas of that Bhagavan who is exceeding holiness. Yastattva-bhedair-akit adhilokanatha lokan alokan sahalokapalan ashiklupadhyatra hi sarvasattat nikaya bhedoti kritapratidaha. What are those categories from the primordial Lord formed the region within the cosmic sphere and the realm beyond, wherein are found deities presiding over the various spheres? Yena prajanam udatmakarma rupabhidhanam cha vidam vyadattaha narayano vishwa sridatmayoni etachano varnaya vipravarya. Paravaresham Bhagavan Vardani Srudani me Vyasamukadavikshnam Adruptunuma Shulla Sukavahanam Teshamrde Krishna Katha Mrdaukade. He says, I have heard describe also how the self-born creator Narayana brought about differences in nature, action, form, names of various creatures. I have heard many times about the duties of the various orders in society from the mouth of Vyasa, Dharma, Artha, Kama. I have heard it from the mouth of Vyasa Bhagavan. Enough of all that. I no longer desire to hear anything concerning the worldly life. I long to hear only about the excellences of the Lord. So I want to hear Bhagavad Kada. Kastrup Nuya Tirthapado Vishanat Satreshu Vasuri Virityamanad Yakarnanadim Purushasya Yada Bhavapradam Keharatim Chinatti. He whom sages like you praise and worship in satras. Satra means yajnas performed for a longer time. What man would be satiated by hearing about him and his excellences, which entering through the ears of man completely erase his worldly tendencies, leading to repeated birth and death. Now this is to be noted. See, Karnadadim Yahaha, listener get moksha, not the speaker, okay? So bondage is cut just by listening to Bhagavad Katha. The Karnadadim Purushasya Yataha Bhavapradam Geharadim Chinatti Munir Vivakshur Bhagavat Gunanam Sakhapite Bharatamaha Krishna Yasmindranam Gramya Sukhanuvade Madir Grihitanuhare Kathayam. Your friend Vyasa too desiring to describe the glories of the Lord, produce Mahabharata there as a means to draw man's mind gradually to pure devotion. He has adopted the method of describing matters connected to the worldly good of man at first. Sa shraddhadanasya vivardhamana virakti manyatra karoti pumsa tachochya shuchyana vidonushoche hare kathayam vimukhanakena. Shuchya. Very nice prayoga. I feel extremely sorry for those people because Shuchya, due to their own sin, have no opportunity to hear about the Lord's excellences. Vidurji says people who are not exposed to the stories of Bhagavan, I pity them. And all the more so for those who, in spite of such opportunity, are indifferent to it. The lifespan of such people who indulge in and talk of only worldly matters is consumed by the unwinking spirit of time. Aluptadrika, it is said. Unwinking spirit of time. Their lives are indeed lived in vain. Tadasya kausharava sharmadadur hare kathameva kathasusaram uddritya pushpebhya ivarta bandho shivaya kirtayatirtakirtai. O friend of the afflicted one, so describe to us the essence of his sanctifying deeds and excellences, extracting it as a honeybee draws the nectar from flowers for our benefit. Savishya janmastiti samyamarthe kritavatara pragahida shakti chakara karmanyati purushani yanishara kirtayatani mahyam. Narrate to me whatever actions of that superhuman worth the Lord performed in his avatara when he assumed his divine power for the creation, preservation and dissolution of this universe. Now listening to this is the first wave of questions. Again it will come later. So Shishugavacha Sayevam Bhagavan Prashta Kshatra Kaushara Virmunihi Pumsam Dishreyasarthena Tamaha Bahumanayan. That divine sage Maitreya, on being thus questioned by Vidurji for the spiritual good of the whole world, replied thus with the due respect to him, reverence to him. Bahumanayat and Bahumanayan Tamaha Bahumanayan. With respect, he answered. Now Maitreya Shiva says, Sadhu Vrishtam Toya Sadhu Lokan Sattvanugrinnata Kirtim Vidanvata Loke Atmano Dokshajatmana Naidachitram Toyikshatta Badarayana Viryase Hito Nanyabhavena Yattvaya Haririshwara. O Holy One, you have put you put some wonderful questions. It will benefit the world and it will contribute to the fame of you who have dedicated your heart and soul to the Lord. This is no matter of wonder. Who had your origin from Badarayana? That is, he was born to Vyasa Bhagavan, and who have by your wholehearted devotion almost captured Hari in your heart. In fact, Mandavyashapat Bhagavan Praja Samyamano Yamaha Bratuhu Kshetre Bhujishyayam Jataha Satyavati Sutat. So here, Vidurji's flashback story is given here. So it is said that there was a rishi called Mandava Rishi who was doing tapas in the forest. And one day the Raja of that place came for hunting in the forest. And in the afternoon when he was resting, his ornaments were snatched away by one robber and ran away. Seeing this, soldiers were alert, and this thief saw that there is no way to escape from the soldiers. He entered into the ashramam of this rishi. Mandava Rishi, at that time he was meditating. He was in meditation. So this thief, what he did, he threw the loot in front of the rishi and ran away. So when the soldiers came and saw the loot in front of the rishi, they assumed that the rishi is the thief. They informed the king. King, without checking or anything, he just said, okay, those days the punishment was the thief should be put on a spear. Like olden days, the crucifixion, the same way, it was put on a spear. And this was executed as it was order from the king. So they put this rishi on a spear and went away thinking that 2-3 days later we will collect their dead body. After 3 days they came and saw this rishi was alive. He was not dead. And they removed him from the spear and they were apologetic to the Rishi. But Mandava Rishi did not say anything to these people. He straight away went to Yamaraj, Yamalok, asked him, what was the papa that I have done to deserve this, putting me on the spear for 3 days? What did I do wrong? Tell me. Now Yamaraj was confused. Immediately called his Chitragupta, look at the record, and it was mentioned there. In childhood, this Swami used to pierce needle the worms. He used to take the worms and put pierce. That is the reason why you are given this punishment. Then Mandava Rishi got really angry. I was a child, innocent. I didn't know what I was doing. For this you have given me such a severe punishment. So he cursed, may you become a Dasi Putra. So that is why Yamaraj became Vidurji, born to Dasi of Vichitravirya's wives. Vichitravirya died and he had 2 wives. So 2 wives, then finally this, what do you call that, Satyavati. She said the kingdom should not go without issue. He died without issue, without children. So the kingdom should be there, somebody should be there in the dynasty to rule the kingdom. So he requested her son, Satyavati's son was Vyasa Bhagavan. He invoked her, I invoked him, he came, and he said, you have to give these 2 daughters, daughter-in-laws, some children. So as advised by that, Vyasa Bhagavan was not a very good-looking person. He was dark, ugly. That also a rishi, just come out of the tapas. So he said, I am not ready. But Satyavati said, nothing doing, you have to do it now. So as a result, what happened? The first lady went to him. She covered her eyes. As a result, she got a son, blind son. That is the Rashtra. The second wife said, seeing the form of Vyasa Bhagavan, she became pale. That is why she got a son, Pandu. Then this second wife said, send her maid. You go. The maid was so devoted. She received the rishi with respect and love. As a result, she got a son, that is Vidurji. So Vidurji was none other than Yamaraj. So that is what reminded, that is Maitreya Rishi is reminding him that Mandavya Shapat Bhagavan Praja Samyamano Yama Bhradukshetre Pujishyaya Jadas Satyavati Sutat Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam Sammadassanugasya cha Yasya Jnanopadeshaya Madishat Bhagavan Vrajan. He says, you are certainly beloved to the Lord and all his devotees. Because of that alone, at the time of his departure from the world, he remembered you and commanded me to impart to you the knowledge that gives moksha, spiritual enlightenment. Atate bhagavan yogamayopabrimhita vishwastityudbhavandartha varnayatmanupurvashaha. I shall tell you one after another the sportive activities which form the expression of his yogamaya, resulting in the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the universe. Now, Bhagavaneka asedamagra atmatmanam viduho atmechchanugatāvatmā nānāmatyubalakṣanaha savāyesha tadā drashta nāpasyat drishyamekaraḍ mene sandami mohatmanam supta shaktira supta drga. He says, Bhagavan Eka Asid Agre. In the beginning, the Lord alone existed. He was the essence of all, and He was all. Then that pure spirit was the master of Himself. The non-dual and self-revealing seer saw no object then. When power and its manifestation subsided and the seer alone remained, the spirit thought himself as he thought that he is non-existent. Now here non-existent means all existing objects are in seed form. Sava etasya sandrashtu shaktis sadasadatpika maya nama mahabhaga yayetam narmame vibhu. What is called Maya is the power of the Lord. It has got the dual nature of being the cause and effect. So the cause-effect theory is within Maya. It is a relative theory. It is not absolute theory. It is that by which the all-powerful one manifests the whole universe. Kalavrityādumayāyam gunamayyā madokshajah purushenātmabhūtena viryamādatta viryavan. The Lord, possessed of the power of consciousness and manifest as Purusha, cast his seed, reflected conscious. Cast his seed means reflected consciousness in his Maya. So Bhagavan reflected himself in the mirror called Maya. Maya served like a mirror. And this Maya has got three gunas which agitated the power of time. Tato bhavan mahat Tattvam avyaktat kalachodhitat Vijnān Atmatmadehastam Vishwam Vinjastamonuda. Now, out of that state of Maya, now Brahman plus Maya is called Ishvara. That is called Mahattattva. This Mahattattva, which is self-conscious, luminosity, self-conscious, dispel the covering of darkness, tamas, and reveal the universe which was existing in Maya. That Mahattattva, which consists of the Lord's part, Amsha, the gunas of Prakriti and time spirit, being subject to the Lord's lukka, desired to create and transformed himself into another condition. So from Mahattattva came I category, Aham Tattva. This Aham Tattva manifest elements, organs and mind, which is called Athibhuta, then Adhyatma, then Adhidaivika. These are all talked in Gita also, 8th chapter. So the I category has three aspects, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So Sattvic I, Rajasic I, Tamasic I. Out of Sattva aspect, mind and the presiding deities of Indriyas who illumine object arose. So mind is made up of Sattvic Amsha of the Panchabhutas. And Indriyas also, organs of perception, Jnanendriyas, and its presiding deities. I hope you know all this. If you have studied Tattvabodha, you will know all this. So, space, Devata is Akasha. Vayu, Devata is Vayu Devata. And that is related to Tuk, Charma, touch. Then Agni, Devata is Surya, related to our eyes, form and color. Then up means water. Devata is Varuna. And tongue is the Indriya, to taste it, to experience it. Then earth, Bhumi Devi, presiding deity, and nose, smell is the quality. So all these are Indriya Devatas. Then Rajasa aspect. Then Rajasa aspect has gone into the makeup of Karmendriyas and Panchapranas. So out of that, sound came, Akasha. So first sound was created to To hear the sound, what is necessary? Akasha is necessary. Then sense of touch. Touch transform under the influence of time. Maya and the divine will become air. From Akasha came air. From air came fire. So rupa or form of and color. So from there came the fire, which as it were the eye of the world. Then fire and air together made water with taste as its property. So water with fire as its proximate category. Earth, created earth, having the quality of smell. Now this is called in Bhagavatam Sarga. Basic elements. So we saw first canto, Adhikari canto, second canto, Sadhana, third canto, Sarga. So we are in that Sarga canto. So that is why you see the basic elements are created. These basic elements are created, neither it can be created or destroyed. So elements cannot be destroyed or created, that you know. The modern science also agree with that. It was there. The creation here means it was there before. It was in a manifest form. And with Bhagavan's presence, Prakriti brought it out to manifest condition. That we call it as creation. Now, and what happened? All these categories, though created, they were not able to become active. It is all dramatization here. So they are not able to function. Then what happened? All these presiding deities of these Panchabhutas, Indriyas. So all our Indriyas also got devatas, I hope you know. Manaso devata Chandrama, Buddhir devata Brahma, Ahankarasya devata Rudra. So like this, all devatas, they were not able to function. So they prayed to Bhagavan. The stuti of the deity, Namamate Devapadaravindam Prabannatapo Shamatapapatram Yenmulaketa Yatayunjasoru Samsara Dukkham Bahurchita Rukshipati Bahurukshipanti Tadarya Bhava Isha Jivat Tapatrayeno Pahatana Sharma Atman Labhande Bhagavattavangri Chayam Savidyamata Ashrayema. So the presiding deities of all of them start praying, O Lord, thy holy feet constitute like a veritable umbrella to the weary travelers seeking shelter from the heat of samsara. By so seeking shelter at thy feet, The spiritual seekers cross the ocean of samsara with utmost ease. To the lotus feet of the Lord, our salutations. You are the Father and the Lord of all. In this transmigratory existence, the jivas, distressed by the triad of miseries, they are not able to attain to the inherent bliss of Atman unless they seek shelter at that feet. We seek shelter at those lotus feet. Margandiyate mukapatmanide chandas rishayo vivikte yasyagamarshota saritvaraya padam padam tirthapada prapanna. So sages striving for thee in solitude, along the path of knowledge, resort to Vedas, which are like birds coming out of their nest, constitute of thy lotus face. We devotees, however, seek shelter at thy feet, which flows the Ganga, the all-purifying stream. Thus, all those presiding deities prayed to Bhagavan. They said finally, 47th verse, Tatte vayam loka susakshayadya Tvayanusishtya tribhiratma bhisma sarve viyukta swaviharatantram nashaknumastat pratihartavete. Desirous of creating this universe, you did project us, the categories and the presiding deities, out of these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. Now we find ourselves remaining without the power to come into combination required for the formation of the universe, which is to be the field for all thy sportive manifestation. Now this particular prayer, you have to understand symbolically. Now if you take the Big Bang theory also, let us say, Big Bang happened. Then how did those combination took place? Who prompted it? What proportion? All these things, how it happened. So here it is said, creation happened, categories were created, presiding deities were created, but they didn't have the power to join together and create the objects. So that is what here said. So that was given by the Lord. That we should not forget. That is the point. Now 50th last verse. Tato vayam sat pramukhaya darte babhuvimatman karavama kimte tunnasvachakshuk paridehi shakya shaktya devakriyarthe tanugrahanam. O Lord, with the categories and their presiding deities have been brought into existence by Thee in order to combine together. Bestow on us who depend solely on Thy blessings the power and intelligence for taking up this work of creation. Now, what did Bhagavan did? Listening to the prayers of these categories, Lord assumed his power called time and entered simultaneously into these 23 categories. Ititasam shaktinam satinam asametyasaha prasupta lokatantranam nishamya gadimishwaraha kalasamjnam tada devim viprachaktim urukravaha paryo vimshati tattvanam ganam gunapada vishate. What are the 23 tattvas? 5 Panchabhutas, 5 organs of perception, 5 organs of action, so 15. Then Panchapranas, 20. Then Manaha, Buddhihi, Ahankara. So 23. So Bhagavan, the 23 categories with the karmic tendencies awakened and directed from within by the Lord. That is called Virat Purusha. By the stimulation of the Lord who entered into them, these cosmic categories combined together, thus forming the basis for the whole universe of moving and unmoving being. Now, Virat Rupa Varnana is there afterwards, which we have seen in the second chapter also. That cosmic being is called Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is otherwise also called Brahmaji. Then the 30th verse he said, Ato Bhagavato Maya Mayinam Apimohini Yatsvayam Chatmavatmatma Naveda Kimuta Pare. The mysterious power of Maya of the Lord, it deludes the mind of even the greatest yogis. The extent of the power of his Yoga Maya cannot be determined even by himself. How then could others do? Therefore, salutations to that Lord from whom words along with the mind fall back, unable to comprehend. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So Pravesha Shuddhi in Taittiriya Upanishad and the statement in the Taittiriya, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa, both are given here, the 38th and 39th verse. Tas srishtva tadevanupravishate tadanupravishya sattachatya bhavati niruktam cha nilayanam cha vijnanam cha. So that is the part. We have to stop here. Our next called Visarga. You see, secondary creation means how the main creation Sarga itself become Visarga, become manifold with a different combination. So that is what. And in this portion, Vidurji is going to ask again questions. What is the question? I will give you the question. You can think about it. Bhagavan is without desire. He has no desire. And without any modification, avigarinaha. How did he create the world? Why did he create the world? This is the question. Okay. We will answer this in our next class. Okay. So, chapter 7. We have seen 2 chapters. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji.